question though. No, literally.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, what do y'all do when y'all are like really stressed out and tweaking? What's the go-to?
My go-to is meditation. Meditation, and maybe excluding myself from the world until I can mentally be okay to go back into the world. Like for me, I definitely take the process of taking care of myself. You know, and I know everybody's method is different, but I mean, what do y'all do?
Well, I think what happens if I don't take the necessary steps, whenever I've been super stressed, I shut down, right? So my natural reaction to being overly stressed and not making the conscious decision to remove myself from things and de-stress, if you will, my natural reaction to that is to shut down. So that means I'm not trying to talk to nobody. Like, I need to have a couple of nights where it's Netflix, you know what I'm saying? I just need to kind of decompress in that way. But I'm starting to be more conscious and aware and intentional with how I relieve stress. I mean, particularly just over the past few weeks, past couple months, really, it's just seemed like a lot. And it's not, I just feel weighed down sometimes. And I feel pulled in many different directions with responsibilities and 9-to-5, business, you know, family,
social life.
Yeah, call my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's sometimes it's the simple shit that will be like, damn, I haven't called my grandmother in a minute. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like,
I'm sorry.
Damn. But I was talking to Ami earlier or last week about how I'm just trying to find those solutions. And I think one solution for me, I'm going to start using a planner. I ordered myself a planner, and not only does this planner have where you can block out your day, your week, your month, but it has, okay, what are you thankful for this morning? You know, what's your affirmation for the day? You know, at the end of the day, reflect on your day. Did you accomplish what you want to accomplish? Like, I want to start asking myself.
Hold on, because that's some real shit that we really don't know plays a major part in the chaos that's in our head. Like, you have so many thoughts. You really have to filter those things out. That's why they say writing things down is so important.
It really is.
Because it helps you really process your thoughts.
You
know what I'm saying? All that shit at one time, like, oh shit, I forgot to call grandma, or this, that, and other, and it's like, you go to sleep and you're like, damn, I got a lot of stuff going on. And then, like, for me, when I have a lot of stuff going on, it's very hard for me to sleep. Like, I have anxiety. Like, I can't, even in my dreams, it's like, bro, you forgot to call your grandma.
Like, it's like just screaming at you.
Exactly. It's like, I really can't, I cannot sleep at all. You know what I'm saying? And so then I have to find other forms of medicating myself to, like,
so what do you do? So what do you do when you're stressed?
When I'm stressed out, I definitely stop talking to everybody. Like, if you don't hear from me, I'm definitely on some other shit. I don't talk to people. I probably will, like, get some tea, drink some tea all day, and get in my hippie vibe, and and you know, smoke some of the cannabis. You know, listen to some jazz. I cannot listen to no music that has like words, like, or like rap music.
She said something like, I do that too.
Yeah, like, cause that shit, music affects your mood so much. It really, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
spirit. Like, people don't think of music that way. It's literally a spirit.
Yeah,
you
like, you listen to you stressed out, you depressed, and then you listening to the Migos talk about chains and females, and you like, look, bro, I'm not in that vibe right now. Like, you need to chill. Or then you listening to a song, like a SZA song. Like, I was listening to Amy Winehouse one time when I was like really stressed and depressed, and then I just got even more like stressed out. You know?
Yeah.
I was just like in an emo vibe. You know what I'm saying? I was just emotional. It didn't make me depressed, but I was just emotional because her music is kind of like very.
But she was depressed. So you were also listening to someone that was going through her situation too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
So I listen to a lot of jazz, like a lot of like, you know, Coltrane, a lot of, you know, classical music, you know, like to just. That's my own thoughts. You know what I'm saying? The sounds change up a little bit, but you know, it's like I can just chill and then really think my thoughts out. But writing things down is so important, and that's something I'm really getting into. Like, on my birthday, I wrote myself a message, like, right before I turned, I'm not going to say my age, but I'm old out here. But I wrote myself, my previous year, a message, just basically, like, or going into my new year, and was just basically like, this is what you learned, this is who you were, this is who you are, this is who you're becoming, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like that was so therapeutic, going into the new year, because I felt like I was, like, it's New Year's, you know, it's a new year for me. It's like, everything that happened then, just let that shit go. And move forward. We're going to do things different. This is the things that you battle with at this age, and this is where you had a lot of roadblocks and obstacles, and this is what we want to do going forward.
I think with stress management as well, the things that come to mind as far as how to deal with it, right? Because everybody's different. We're saying different things, which is fine. But I think it's very important to have organization. That's number one. And I mentioned that to you before. But organization, and also finding the time to have alone time. That's number 2 for me. Number 3, doing things that actually bring you joy. Even if that's doing a DIY project, if that's listening to music or creating music, and also sometimes it helps to even hang around people that have that positive energy that you're trying to get back into your life. I would say number 4. So, I mean, I'm just saying, those are the things that come to mind that I even do. When I'm going through something, I do hang around positive people. I listen to the music with no words. Because sometimes we exist in a world that just has noise. Everything is noisy, from the music to you working a 9 to 5 to social media. Social media is the biggest one right now that we have to deal with. So, I mean, for me, those are the 3 to 4 things that I feel like helps deal with stress management.
And I want to bounce off of that too, because y'all with the music, sometimes I've caught myself driving my 45+ minute commute, zero music, like it's silence, like I'm just hearing cars fly by.
That's
but
you
it's
meditating.
but it's so peaceful
and therapeutic.
Very.
And so you said, what was the other one you said? I
don't know how.
I had another note. About alone time. So that's another thing that I'm trying to get back as well. My mornings. I'm really trying to build my mornings a lot better. Not getting on my phone immediately.
That's a good one.
I'm trying this out. I'm trying a do not disturb period on my phone as well. So between these hours, I don't see text messages. I don't see calls unless it's an emergency. Somebody can, reach you. But it really is so peaceful, like waking up and not looking at my phone. I don't see any notification. No notifications come through. I've taken my notifications off on Instagram, on Facebook, on Snapchat. So if I do go on there, I'm doing it very intentionally. You know what I'm saying? And so staying off of social media in the mornings, having that time to write in my journal, which I'll start doing tomorrow. At night, I don't want the last thing I look at to be an Instagram post.
It's not supposed to. It's not supposed to be. I think I read that in a study that you're actually supposed to put your phone away, any technology, at least an hour before you go to bed.
I've had dreams about whatever I was looking at last on social media. No lie. Like, I've had dreams. And I'm like, why was that person in my dream? Like,
that's crazy, man.
Because
that's
that was
scary,
the last
man.
and that's when I was like, I have to. And I'm not a religious person, but just to piggyback off of your list, one thing that I've gotten accustomed to doing is praying, because I feel like praying is such a very productive thing to do. Give thanks and be grateful. It points out those things that we're ungrateful for at times, like whether that's walking, being able to see, being able, like, we focus on things that are causing problems in our life instead of things that keep us from, like, you know what I'm saying? If this thing happened, it would be a lot of problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm grateful that I have these things that are not going wrong in my life, that are keeping things afloat, because if this shit didn't work out, then it might be way worse. So, like, being able to pray and just being like, you know what, I'm thankful for everything. I'm thankful for the people around me. I'm thankful that they're in good health. I'm thankful that they're in good spirit, because they keep me in good spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, your parents, or your grandmother, or whoever the case whoever it is in your life that you love, like, just take that time to be grateful for things. It's a very good practice to be grateful. Meditation is also a very good one. I think it's like praying to yourself you know.
It's a form of meditation.
Yeah, like to yourself, being giving thanks for who you are. You have to give yourself that time.
Yeah.
You know, and we give people our time all the time, whether it's work, whether it's in traffic. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare that you get that time just to be alone and just to be like, look, self.
Yeah. And
you good, my nigga.
Well, but go ahead.
Well, yeah, no, just on that note, like, if you think about it, at least for me, Monday through Friday, 40 hours that I'm giving to all these other people, right?
40 to 50, just driving and going there. Yeah.
So it's like, when you do have time to just sit alone and be with yourself, those car rides for me are very crucial to my day. Because, okay, it's like I'm in my car, it's just me, you know what I'm saying? And so having those times is very important, because there is so much going on around you all the time.
And don't be scared to have a long time. I think some people, I found having conversations with other people, that some people are scared in the sense to be alone.
Yeah.
Like, if you just had a relationship and it ended, don't go straight back to dating. Take a moment to breathe. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing wrong with having a long time. It's very much healthy. It's needed. And, you know, that's my opinion about that.
And one more thing on your organization tip. That was the other one. I've always been a person like, okay, I'll remember it, you know, I don't need to
write it down.
Yeah, write it down, this, that, and the other. And for a while, I was making notes in my phone on stuff that I had to do, but then I noticed I would end up on Instagram or end up, you know, searching the web, you know what I'm saying? So I think I read this, that the brain can only like process 5 things at a time, or
that's
like
facts.
Something like that. So
I
was, over the past couple weeks, I've been like, man, why can't I even get some good sleep? Like, I feel like I'm going to bed on time, right? But it's like my sleep is whack.
Yeah.
And it's probably because
you
I have
sleeping,
all
but
this
you're
shit.
not resting.
Exactly. And it's like,
Just keep going with it.
But it's like, that's what I feel like this planner is going to help me do, is write it down. I can forget it now. Like, I can remove it from my mind, because it's on my paper. When I'm ready to get to it, it's written
right
down.
Yeah.
But, okay, now I don't have to go to sleep thinking about, okay, you got to remember to bring this cord tomorrow, so don't forget. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because...
Yeah. No, you make sense.
That's real. That's real. Like, you really have to. It's like having a dirty room. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you literally have to hang that shit up. You have to, because, like, have you ever been in your house and it's just dirty?
Yeah.
Like, your mood, it affects your mood so much.
It does.
Like, deadass, when my shit is clean, I'm like, okay, I can breathe. Like, I feel like my week's gonna be good. Like, and having plants too. Like, I'm gonna get some cactus.
Okay.
Like, I just feel like plants bring good vibes and good energy.
They do, yeah.
Like, just having a place that smells good too. Like, just your environment. You have to, like, where you're at, you have to keep it.
You gotta take care of it.
Yeah, because when you have, it's like your brain. It's like you got stuff all over the place. Your brain kind of feels the same way. Like you said, you got to write that shit down. That's like hanging that shit up in the closet. You know what I'm saying?
Just like, I like to make the comparison of, and I mentioned this to Michelle, you know, your brain is like a computer. Do you or do you not have to turn off your computer every now and then?
Yeah, and you gotta clean the
same way with your exactly. You gotta change it out, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just making a point. That's how I think of when I think of self-reflecting and taking care of yourself and time alone and organization. That's how I was able to come up with these things. You definitely have to. And I kind of forgot what was going. Look,
it's a computer, and then, you know what I'm saying?
My point, see, that's what I'm saying. Even I have stuff on my mind, and that was a good example. I have stuff on my mind that sometimes when you have too much, you can't even think.
Yeah.
You can't even get your words out. You see what I'm saying?
And that's why people, I think, are scared, because once you sit down and finally think of those thoughts, things may come up from places that you've been putting it off, and then it's like it's busting out now.
Yeah.
Like, everything's coming up, and you just can't escape those thoughts. And you've been trying to get away from it, and now you finally, you can't lie to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can fake the funk with everybody else, but when you sit down and you talk to yourself, it's a whole nother story.
You got to deal with it. When you drink that alcohol, guess what? When you come down from that time, your problem's still gonna be there. When you smoke that marijuana, guess what? When you come down from it, your problem's still gonna be there.
Actually, when you smoke that marijuana,
it might help. Actually,
are right there at your face. It's like,
wait,
I've been waiting to talk to you.
I was just trying to name certain. But marijuana does help actually. So if you want to indulge, go ahead, do it. Respectfully.
If it's legal in your state.
Yeah, because we.
I said do it. I said respectfully.
Problems. We don't want none of that.
Right, none of that. None. You do it respectfully if it's legal in your state.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's so in general. Take notes of what we're saying. Give us, feedback on you all's experiences. If you have any feedback about what you think we should probably do or implement in our own lives, please let us know. As always, I'm Ami, and this is, Shamel. Michelle, you already look thoughts in my head. But subscribe to the channel. I cannot talk today.
No, it's all good. I think our names messed it up.
I'll take over. Like this video, comment, subscribe. Hit us up on our Instagram. It's after 2 a.m. Hit us up on the podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, everywhere except SoundCloud.
All platforms. We might have to get on SoundCloud now.
Sorry, guys.
But yeah, for sure. We'll holler at y'all. Peace. Bye.